Okay. Anybody has any questions around robots.txt? You all must have understood, but it needs certain amount of practice.
Yes, sir.
You have to go through that scenario.
Yes.
Otherwise, your mind will not start.
Understanding. Actually, robots
Not about
is
understanding, it will not start thinking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, robots is mainly used for functions.
Robots.txt file is mainly used to command the bots, add instructions to the bots. Okay. So the main purpose of robots.txt is to tell bots which pages to be considered for crawling and which pages to be ignored or which not to be crawled. That's the main purpose of robots.txt. Okay. So why will we block pages? Because some of the pages on the website will be irrelevant, not useful, or they might conflict. There might be duplicate pages. They might just absorb the energy. It's like a hole in the water tank. Overhead water tank, if there is a hole, what will you do? It's waste of so much of water, right? You will try to fix that, right? So same way there will be leakage of bot energy, and we would see if there is a leakage, you will do that plumbing work. Otherwise, you don't have to do it, right? So same is the case with your websites. Robot.txt is not a compulsion. If there is an issue, you are going to fix it. And how do you fix it? If it's a loop in the hole in the tank, you should know that plumbing work, how to fix it. Same way here, you should know the simple commands, how they work. Correct? Allow, disallow, okay? Okay, so now that's the quick glimpse of yesterday's discussion. Yeah. Today we are going to learn about canonical tags. Canonical tags. Okay. So,
Sir, I'm not able to see the screen.
okay, thanks for letting me know. So everybody used to come offline, right? Suddenly, my mind is not thinking of sharing a screen. Yeah,
Sir, sorry, from tomorrow I'll be there.
no problem. It's your convenience. All of your convenience. You can join online or offline. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so canonical tags is the discussion today, and yeah, we'll continue to discuss various other tags. Okay. See, when you are dealing with the website, yesterday itself we understood there is a possibility of duplicate web pages, right? So if you look at other websites, there is, yeah. So duplicate issue is not necessarily just with regard to the dynamic pages or filter pages. Sometimes you will also see other kinds of duplicates. I'll walk you through all of that. Yeah. So this is about Mansaris. Loading. Okay. Yeah. Look at this page, everybody. So this is called as pagination. This is called as pagination. Okay. So usually what happens is, let's assume the URL is ending here. There are no any of these parameters. So when you click on this, it will be just page 2. Everything whatever you see here is going to be the same on all the pages, pagination pages. Just the list of the images would change. The products list would change, right? But if you observe all the above content, the titles, descriptions, everything would remain same. See, saris by saris online. But then Google, what happens with Google? Google treats all of them as separate pages. Page 1, page 2, page 3. Everything will be treated as a new page, a separate page. But the problem is, these pages have same titles, same descriptions, same content. For you, it's only one page. You feel that I'm just showing different products every time whenever they click on a new page, new link. Correct?
Yes.
But for bots, It's different. See, even the minor difference in the URL will be a different web page for bot. Sometimes a URL having www and non www will be treated as two different web pages. A URL ending with slash and not having slash will be treated as two different URLs. For bots, it's a duplicate. You might feel, okay, what is the difference? There is the URL is ending with slash. Look at this. This URL is ending with slash, and another URL exactly same, and there won't be any slash in the last. And for both, the web pages will open. Correct? Correct.
Yes, sir.
This is the URL. This is without slash, and there will be a URL with slash. Exactly the same. Everything, content, everything. But bot treats that to be as a new URL, a duplicate URL, right? In case if content is same, it's going to be treating it as a duplicate URL. Okay. So now how do we handle this? So to handle this, the solution is, see what happens here now. So when it is treating all of this as a duplicates, see your main goal is you want this list to be crawled, correct? That's why you don't want any of these pages to be blocked for same titles and descriptions. They would treat them as duplicate pages, correct? And there will be a conflict. So to handle this, we have something called as canonical tag. A tag that will be incorporated on page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5 that will be implemented on these pages, which will be basically telling boss I am the child or I am the copy of page 1 or original page. Do not treat me as a separate page, just crawl whatever is there on the page and leave. Do not treat me as a separate page, just see all the information whatever is there on the page and you can leave, right? So as the business owner, even I don't want to block any of these pages, because if I am blocking page 3, whatever is listed on page 3, these are all individual products, correct? This won't get crawled. Page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 10, whatever the number, right? So this product page will never get crawled. If bot is not crawling this page, bot will not show this page on Google.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
You will be able to answer to a question only when you are thorough with the question, topic or subject or chapter, whatsoever it is, correct? Right? So hence I don't want bot to be ignoring crawling of it. Hence I would allow all the URLs to be crawled, but just take a precaution, measure that you are going to add canonical tag on all the pages. That's how the canonical tag is used. Okay, so I have taken page initial as an example. So it can be any random URL also. So for example, let's say there will be a page Manjunath and another page Manjunath Chowdhury. Both are same. For some reason, I want to keep both. In those cases, I can finalize which is parent and which is child, which is original and which is copy. And on the copy page, I'm going to add rel equal to canonical and point it to the parent page. I'll show it to you how the tag is added. Okay. A canonical tag is a HTML tag that goes into the head section of the HTML page in order to instruct the bots about the original page, in case if a URL is a dynamic page or a child page or a page initial page, in order to avoid duplication. Okay. To avoid the crawl energy wastage, to avoid the duplicate issues on the search engine results page. There are two types of canonical tags. A normal canonical tag. The below tag will be updated or applicable or published on child pages or dynamic pages which are originated from the parent pages in order to avoid the crawl energy wastage and the web pages duplicate issue on the search engine's result page. In order to avoid the energy wastage and web page duplication, we are going to add this URL something like this. This tag HTML tag on the in the head section of every web page. Child pages. Link rel equal to canonical href equal to parent URL. So I am going to the below tag will be added on child page pointing to the parent page. Okay, or duplicate page pointing to the original page, right? URL 1 is parent or original. URL 2 URL2 is child or duplicate page or URL. Okay, so now the below tag will be added on URL2. Okay,
Yes, sir.
it will be something like this. If I have to take it as URL1, let me put it as https://candradigital.com/Manjunath, and this one will be Manjunath hyphen Chowdhury. Okay, so now if I have to reproduce, if I have to add a tag, so I'm going to add this tag on, sorry, it will be this. Okay, so I'm going to add this URL. Let me put this at the top. Yeah, so I'm going to add this on the child page, Manjunath Chowdhury. You all understood?
Yes, sir.
So when I do this, automatically the child page will be ignored by bots. The child page, the content on the page can be crawled, but they don't land to a duplicate issue, don't conflict with the existing page. Okay, you all understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So what we do is usually by default, we don't add this manually to all the web pages. We tell to the developers, so implement this, that's applicable, mostly that's applicable for any dynamic page that's getting created. The best way of doing this is we call it as self-canonical. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so now what we do is, so we are going to add the tag on this page, the tag on this page. So whenever any page is derived out of this, is getting created out of this, automatically even see now if you observe this, any page that you see here, automatically whatever is there on the parent is coming on the child as well, except for difference in the product list.
Yes,
Correct?
sir. Yes.
So what we do is on parent itself, we will add a canonical tag pointing to the parent.
All.
So we are going to add a canonical tag. So now I'm going to add this tag instead of on child page. I'm going to add this. We can when the same tag added on the parent page pointing to the parent, it's called as self canonical. Example, the tag example the tag is added on parent page. Okay, so now if any duplicate or dynamic page is derived or created from the parent, automatically there will be a canonical there will be a canonical tag pointing to the parent on all the child's derived from the parent when the self canonical is already there on parent page. You all understood or is it confusing?
Little confusing, sir, but once we work on explain once more.
So you all understand whenever a duplicate page is getting created, it's going to be exactly same as parents.
Yes, sir.
And now your task or work is to identify all the childs or dynamic pages getting created and add a tag on all the child pages, right?
Yes.
But practically sometimes it becomes impossible for you to identify all the child pages.
Yes.
So technically what we do is that's a hack or a trick where we add canonical tag on the parent page itself pointing to the parent. Now whenever a child is getting created, automatically the same tag exists on the child page as well.
Okay.
Child URL will be 1 now, but URL child URL will be ABC, right? On ABC URL, first thing is XYZ was the URL. On XYZ URL, we have added a canonical tag pointing to XYZ. Now, out of XYZ URL, a child page got created ABC or PQR. Since on XYZ URL we had added a tag XYZ, now when ABC or PQR got created, there will be a tag pointing to XYZ. That is self-canonical. So we don't know how many duplicates or child pages going to get created dynamically, and it's practically difficult to catch hold of such pages. So what we do is on the parent itself, we will add one canonical tag.
Okay.
And now whenever child is getting created, the same tag getting finding. Okay, we will do all of that easily. Correct? Okay. So now if it is a pagination like this, 1, 2, 3, 4,
So
5.
we are doing this only to find out the child
Sorry,
pages. Like
could you please repeat it?
we are doing this. Yeah, yeah. So we are doing this only to find out the duplicate pages.
No, we are not doing this to find out the duplicate pages. We are doing this to avoid duplication.
Okay, okay, fine.
Duplication, finding out duplication, there could be manual methods or could be any other method, or you might find or you may not find. But then it is going to be like something like this. Uh, it's something like this. Instead of say people might get rabies, but to avoid
Mm-hmm.
that rabies or a vaccination, there will be a vaccination in the first 1 to 4 years of age. We don't know. A disease might occur in 60 years age, but as a precautionary method, you are giving vaccination to. See, there can be a medicine when they get any disease. At the age of 45, somebody is getting a disease, and the vaccination can be provided to them at that age. Now, I don't want to wait or to figure out or take that risk. What I'm doing, I'm instructing them take this vaccination before 5 years age. Correct? Same
Okay,
way now we are going to implement self-canonical. So
fine.
here you have an option. It's not necessarily it has to be self-canonical. You can add it whenever you figure out a duplicate issue. But if you don't want to risk that energy wastage and all, you can add self-canonical, right? So
Fine.
there is a pagination, right? In pagination, it's same like this only. But what we do is look at this link rel equal to next href. So we are going to add this on page 1 pointing to page 2. One tag on the root page pointing to the next page in series. Two tags on page 2. On page 2, we will have two tags, one pointing to previous page and one pointing to next page. And on third page also, you will have one pointing to previous page and one pointing to fourth page. So I am telling that I am copy of page 1, and I'm also going to create another copy page 3, or page 3 is going to be copy of mine. It's something like that. You all understood?
Yes, sir.
So on page 1, you are going to add only one URL link rel equal to here. Additionally, what is coming here? If you observe this, there is just rel equal to canonical. But here rel equal to next, rel equal to previous. So on the first URL, you are going to add only one URL next equal to page 2. I am telling upfront next is going to be similar to me. Don't worry about next. And on page 2, I am going to tell I am copy of previous, and I am going to develop one more copy on next. Correct?
Yes, sir.
It's simple. So this one, if you're confused, I mean, like you might forget, or if you want to look at this, you just have to Google pagination canonical tag, and you will find this anywhere on the Google. Okay. So it's easy. Link. I'm going to speak about the link. Rel equal to next, and this is like anchor tag ahref equal to, instead of ah, it's going to be link. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's all about
Can,
canonical, self canonical, and pagination canonical. Correct? Okay. So next is there's one more. Okay. Yeah. So now, say rel equal to canonical or rel equal to previous, next, all this we will add when we want bots to be reading the information or content on the pages,
yes.
right? If we don't want any content on the pages to be crawled, like listing, products listing, so in those cases, instead of using canonical, we can use rel equal to no index, no follow. Rel equal to no index, no follow. Okay. So this is an HTML meta tag that goes in the head section of the HTML, which instructs bots to not to index and crawl any page on the any content on the page. I don't want bot to be taking a copy. First thing, I don't want bot to be, see, bot sometimes might see the page, but still I want to tell bot, please, if you have seen it, okay, fine, but don't take a copy of it to your server and show it on Google. Okay, and also if you have seen this page, perfectly fine. One condition is don't take it to your server. Second condition is there will be information on that page, links to other pages, pointing to other pages. Don't read or don't see any of those also, right? So we can instruct that way. You understood? When you don't want a page to be shown on Google and made public and not to be made public, mostly the when you why to use this tag, okay? When you find the web pages are not necessary to be shown on Google for different reasons. Okay, you all understood?
Yes,
See now, for example, I'll take example of website Learn and Thrive, which we are all taking that as an example in several scenarios as a case study. Okay, so this web page might have 1 lakh web pages or 50,000 web pages. There is nothing wrong in bot seeing all of these web pages, but problem is for me, I cannot really invest my small energy on all 50,000 web pages. See, the scenario is such that, so let's assume, so I have bought a tiffin box, okay, that has 20 chapatis in it. And in this room, let's say we are 10 people. Each can have 2 chapatis,
Yes, sir.
correct? And that is probably sufficient for all of us. And even if we have to survive that way for 1 year or 1 month, there are good chances of we surviving. Now let's take another scenario where I am getting only one chapati, and now for all of 20 of us, will that one chapati be sufficient?
No.
Nobody will survive now.
Yes.
Let's say there are 5 chapatis, not 25 chapatis, and still 20 people, and each might get only one fourth of it, or 20% or 25% of it, and nobody will survive, everybody will die, right? So in SEO, what we do is in those scenarios where the energy of the domain is less, the crawl frequency is less, we don't want that crawl energy to be just dissipated or distributed amongst lakhs and thousands of pages. It's basically nothing is surviving, nothing is performing. So in those cases, enable, at least I can, uh, what do you say, enable at least, let's say, a small set of pages. See, if you are keeping it open, nothing will perform. You will not get a single visit also. At least if you could push 10 pages, those 10 pages might drive few hundreds of visitors to the website. Okay, so in those cases, what we do is we break the chain. We will break the chain. We will remove the internal links to, let's say, some 40,000 web pages, and we allow only 10,000 web pages for search engine crawling and indexing. Now we don't want these pages to be indexed on Google or to be crawled or energy to be wasted on those web pages. So that's when we add no index, no follow to all those pages. Okay, so bot invests their energy only on those 10,000 pages, and this 10,000 pages will start improving their rankings, right? Correct. So you reading 100 textbooks and 100 chapters from each textbook, you will not master anything. Focus on only one subject. Same here, can you do BCom, DCA, engineering, medicine, everything? If you're at least focusing on one domain, you would master that domain, correct? Right? See, if you are a super brain like Chitti, Robo, right? You can do all the degrees simultaneously, correct? So if your website possesses that kind of energy, that kind of crawl energy, you can allow all your web pages. But I suggest do it in installments. Slowly, set of pages, study the performance or behavior. See, this is something which nobody understands and people cannot even think of it. See, certain things, whatever we are discussing here, like the top secrets kind of things, they are not to be considered as secrets. Also, they cannot, basically, people cannot think of such things. See, when they understand the technical aspects, the logical functionalities, all of this, that's when these ideas or strategies will come. Otherwise, they cannot think of it. If we go and speak this to a 10 years experienced digital marketer, they'll not understand why are we blocking the web pages. Why should we add no index, no follow? We rather they would portray it as a big blunder or a mistake on SEO. Doing unknowingly could be a mistake, but knowingly I am doing it for a good cause. Correct? For this, I'll give you a different example. So you are walking on a road, somebody is walking opposite to you, and you will drive them with a knife. This is called as a murder, and you will be jailed for it, and there will be a case filed on you. Correct? Now you are still murdering, but not here on this road. You will get onto a battlefield, and you will try with a knife 100 people, and you will be praised as a hero. Correct? That's the difference between knowing something and doing, and not knowing and messing up the things or mistakenly blocking it. That's how it's been treated. Now people who don't understand this difference might call you murderer even when you fight in the battlefield. You are not murderer, you are hero when you fight in the battlefield. Correct? Will there be any case imposed on you? Will you be jailed for that? Right? You will be given award by Prime Minister. Correct? So people see now, for you to be awarded, you need the toppest fine level people to award you, not some random person who would understand your credibility or your efforts over there. Correct? Now, will everybody understand that? So a poor digital marketer will never understand what is this no index. Why are they? See, they understand what is no index, no follow, but how to use, when to use is something that's could be a confused state when they have to deal with what we have explained now, like 50,000 web pages, block crawling 50 to 40,000 web pages and focus on only 10,000 pages, right? That's the success mantra. When you have massive websites, you may have to, if not, you may have to wait several years, let's say 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Why? Let's make it phases, right? You could have asked a question then, what is the point of creating 50,000 web pages when we had to block, right? So people do marketing in different regions. Different types of marketing will be done. For example, email marketing. They'll send the link. They want a separate URL, separate experience. That's why they must have created all these 50,000 pages. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Different currencies, different information, different details. Correct? So just for SEO, we do it in phases. There is nothing wrong allowing all these 50,000 pages if your website is highly credible. Okay. Images optimization. Okay. So you all understood? Rel equal to no index, no follow. Okay. So next is images optimization for SEO, including the following. Okay. So in SEO, another important task would be optimization of images. Yeah. So reduce the size of the images, compressing the images. So this one, if you all could go back to understanding the crawl energy, do you all remember we discussed
Yes, sir.
a web page, a light page, lets bot to crawl more number of
Thanks.
web pages, right? A page which can load quickly improves your crawl rate, not frequency. You all know the difference between crawl rate and crawl frequency, I believe,
Yes, sir.
because that was the most discussed topic. We have revised it several times, explained it multiple times, right? Take care of the aspect ratio of the images. This is purely from engagement perspective. Sometimes images look stretched, doesn't appear proper, look blurred. Implement CSS sprites, right? So one more thing, so you all have to understand is, let me go to this page. See, from these images are sitting on your server. So this is also an image. I'll show you to you all how it works. Yeah, you see this is an image file. See, when I am hovering it on this, you could see that that's a PNG file. You see here.
Yes, sir.
So when I open it in a separate browser, PNG file basically whatever is there in the background, they take it up. So you see here, you see this URL. This is coming from server, right? So now if this page has to be rendered to the user, for you it's looking like just okay, one request. Send this to your browser, it has to send logo, it has to send this image from server,
Yes, sir.
it has to send so many other images. Look at this, there's so many other images,
Yes.
right? So ideally there will be those many number of files requested from server to the browser in order to serve this page, not only the CSS files as well. You could see that here. So for you, you are thinking that it's only one file and you are not even knowing that how this web page is so shown so cleanly for you. Look at this. Control F. It's still loading. Yeah. In order to send that file to your browser, it's sending 62 files or URLs from server to your browser. Okay. I'll show you which are those files. So now see, look at this. This is a file. This is a CS file. This is how it looks. A CS file. These are set of instructions about how your page should look. What should be the border size? What should be the background color? There are files and .js is been HTML, CSS, JavaScript, images, right? So now in order to serve this one file, those many files have to be sent to your browser, right? If it is only one file, see for you, uh, so server in order to push content to the browser, for every file it has to send, it takes some time, correct?
Yes, sir.
It takes few nanoseconds or milliseconds, whatsoever it is. When it has to send 100 files, there will be a proportionate increase in the amount of time it takes or data it uses, correct? So more the number of files or requests from your browser to the server, more the time it's going to take. See here there are 66 requests in order to serve this file. What are the 66 requests about? You could see script, image, HTML, CSS. These are the different requests that go to server in order to serve this file. Now, if you could bring down this to 10 requests, the page size might improve and the load time also might improve. From 2.5 seconds, it might come down to half a second, 500 milliseconds, or 1 second. Now, how do we bring down this request? So, for example, uh, not example, I'll tell you. So, how can you bring down this request? Is when it is images, especially when we are dealing with images. We are going to discuss all of this in detail in technical SEO. Okay, we haven't discussed technical SEO, right, skills? We're going to discuss that in detail in technical SEO. Now, since we are discussing about the images, I'll just speak about the images, right? So, I have only 1 MB data, okay? Or I am being imposed a condition by someone that I cannot use several MBs of data to send all of my photos to someone. Or maybe each photo has one digit, that's some password or something, but I have to send it in the form of photos only. If I'm sending every time one photo, I can send only 2 photos with 1 MB of data.
Yes.
Now, what will I do? I'll create a collage. Have you seen the Google collage? Google collage, it combines all the photos and makes one photo, right? Something like that can be implemented or done on the websites as well, right? So, for example, let's take this website. Most of the images on this website are collages. This image, let's say, uh, this image, or all these images, or any other image will be in collage, one single image. But while presenting, we use CSS and we pull in from the collage. The beauty is when a collage is sent to you, will see all in one frame, correct?
Yes.
But in websites, I can pull in the original file is only collage, but I can pull in only the first image and show first image here. I can pull in only the second image, I can show second image here. Third image, I can, from the collage, third image, I can show it here, fourth image from the collage, fifth image from the collage. But it's only one request now. See, if it is individual, there will be how many requests? 3, 4, if you count all the images, there will be some 20, 30 requests. Hello? You all understood, right?
Yes, sir.
So it can be converted into college. Yeah. So implementing that's called as CSS sprites here in this language. It's not college, it's CSS sprites. By implementing sprites, what happens? You won't be able to do this. A developer will be able to, a website developer will be able to do it, the front end developer. He identifies all the images of the website, this image, or maybe these images, all these images, this is not an these images, this image, everything he forms that as a collage, and then he starts writing the CSS code in the browser in order to display this web page to you, correct?
Yes.
Right? Now it is only one request, and one request has all the images, and all the images are shown using that one image. That is called as CSS sprites. This will reduce the number of requests to the sent to the server, and also reduces the overall page size. Each image 1 MB, like 100 images is going to be 100 MB. Now I have grouped all of them to one and created only 2 MB file.
Okay.
Correct? Instead of 100 MB, it's now
2
just 2 MB. Is it not amazing?
Sir, good.
Right? So this is another important thing which you have to understand as a digital marketer. Okay, so digital marketer is not door-to-door marketing or you working on just marketing and sales. That is just one part. Digital marketing is an amazing domain which respects your technical skills, your content writing skills, your creative skills, your business skills, your selling skills, your marketing knowledge, your business analytics skills, right? If you are a programmer, if you have deeper expertise on programming, even that skill can be used to automate so many things in digital marketing. If you are from testing background, your testing skills can be used. If you are a graphic designer, even that skill can be used. If you are a website developer, you understand the technical aspects of the website, and probably you can do most of these things. You can write a piece of code which can automate most of your work. Basically, digital marketing needs super smart people. A person should be like all rounder, right?
Yes, sir.
If you are not an all rounder, you would have just preferred or stick to one specific thing whichever you like. See, I see so many some digital marketers, they will love working only on social media. Some people love only SEO,
Yes, sir.
some people only contents, some people only analytics parts, data analysis and interpretation. So it depends on their interests, their capabilities, their IQs. That's why I always say digital marketing is a beautiful domain. You can pick a domain in it or a channel in it, whichever you are comfortable with. And it basically welcomes all kinds of skills in a person. Okay. I have written one LinkedIn post on this. Okay. Okay. Internal linking mesh. So sometime back I was giving you an example of 10,000 URLs, 50,000, 40,000 URLs, right? Total 50,000 URLs, right? So now when I have 10,000 URLs, see I cannot show all the 10,000 URLs. See basically bot will show your web page on Google only when it sees it at least once. At least once. If it has to prioritize you and show up in the top, it might have to read your website multiple number of times. But how do they read your web page multiple number of times? How is that possible? Right? How is that possible? How will bot see your web pages? See, if there are only few pages, let's say, let's take this example. If there are only, let's assume pages like this. Can you place all 10,000 pages links here on this page? No. Correct? What will happen if you place links like that? So what we do is we create an internal linking mesh. A bot which is visiting this page would probably go to one of these pages. Let's assume one of bot has come to home page and has then visited digital marketing page. And on this page again, what we do is we create a mesh. See again, whatever links were there on the home page, you see the same set of links. Let me scroll back. And again, or if it is scrolling, that's okay, but it also has to give importance to various other links. So what we do is we are going to update some links which bot finds interesting. See, it has got it gets bored reading the same information again and again. So every time we submit something like this. So you see here the links pointing to a page called DASSM course training Ahmedabad,
Click on it, sir.
right? And cyber security certification in Delhi. Now, if bot goes on these pages, again bot finds different set of URLs.
But not continuity.
There is a continuity.
No, no, the link which was there in the old.
It's not the same set of
Same
links.
set of links. That's what.
It shouldn't be same, right? See, basically the objective or goal is to make sure that every single web page on the website gets scrolled effectively. If there are 10,000 pages, bot has to see all those 10,000 pages.
Yes, sir.
So now when bot had visited this page, I have shown set of links and from that it has come to this page, and on this page you will not see the same links. It's it's actually a very deep engineering where we take 10,000 pages, we segregate this 10,000 pages. Of this 10,000 pages, generic pages, city pages, product pages, category pages, blogs. This way we segregate and we assign priorities. So for me, the highest priority is any web page that is driving business to me. For this, I'll get more internal links within the website.
Okay.
When bot is reading those pages more number of times, what happens? It starts prioritizing. Or basically your business pages will have high competition and it needs more push. Subject which is super difficult, you might have to read it more number of times, right?
Yes, yes.
Right? The same is the case here. See why we call it as internal linking meshes. This is basically like it's a mesh which doesn't allow bot to exit so easily or dissipate so easily. If it is coming to this page, from this we are going to connect it to another page to this page to that page. It's a like a net, a mesh, right? And then this mesh, it's built very strategically. It's not just dropped like that. No URL will be missed in this strategy,
Okay.
and every URL will have defined number of count of links within the website. So for example, I must have defined this Agile Certified Practitioner Certification course in Lusaka to have 12 links within this 10,000 pages. Amongst this 10,000 pages, at least 12 pages will be linking to these URLs. At Mernstack Bootcamp, I must have defined I need 25 links within the website. So Mernstack is not only linked from Ahmedabad page, DASSM course training Ahmedabad page, but Mernstack Bootcamp will also be linked from 25 or 50 such pages, any other page within the website, right? This is a strategical mesh internal linking building, right? We call this as internal linking mesh. Okay, so this is actually even now team watches the videos recorded by me, like earlier explaining how it has to be done on Excel sheet. It takes 1.5 to 2 hours to do all of this. Okay, I'll share that links. You all also can practice building the internal linking mesh. Okay, right? A chain that ensures the internal links are in such a way that the chain does not break and includes linking of every single web page on the website as per the defined priorities or repetitions of the internal links. You all understood?
Yes, sir.
Why should we build internal links? In order to improve the crawl rate, in order to improve the crawl frequency of the web pages which are supposed to be crawled. Improving crawl rate is nothing but crawl frequency improvement for so many other pages. So just by this is another secret or formula or strategy of how we make websites, massive websites, rank quickly on Google or drive more traffic to the website in a shorter span or shorter duration. This is, trust me, this is not doable by anybody easily. Okay, and people who have worked in this organization or have worked with me are capable of doing this, right? Because that's the concept. See, people know internal linking, they just add some links at the bottom. Simply they will add some links, but there is no proper strategy that ensures no link on the website misses, and there is no proper strategy to provide defined number of links for every URL. It will be regular for everything. And this strategy cannot be done by anybody. I am pretty sure this is doable only by our people here, the team, right? Or whomsoever is part of this and whomsoever have access to that video which we have published, creating an internal linking mesh. So the fortunate thing is not everybody shows interest in watching these kinds of things, even if it is public.
So don't do that. I'm saying on
Okay.
my face,
So outcome, most of the pages gets indexed. Your web pages will start to rank for more keywords. Your current keywords rankings will improve. So when there are more internal links to a page, it must be ranking in fifth page or sixth page. It starts improving to second page, and from second page eventually it comes to first page or in the top. Your current key. Okay. So how to build the internal linking mesh? Okay. So you read this article. Okay, and business pages you are going to consider as highest priority. Read this article. We have the video as well. Okay, we'll paste that video. Going forward, we'll have the video links also in the same sheet. Okay. Okay. So templatized SEO content and heading tags. If you are doing this, on-page SEO will be done. Okay, templatized SEO optimized content is something similar to that of template titles and descriptions. You all remember template title and description?
Yes.
Just the city name changes or just the product name changes. Everything else will be the same,
Yes.
right? If I'm providing digital marketing training in Bangalore, in Chennai, in Hyderabad, so I would have written title as digital marketing training in Bangalore, correct? Now for Chennai, do I have to do a research or do I have to write a unique thing? No, I don't have to do that. I just change Bangalore to Chennai,
Yes.
right? That is a template, right? Same thing can be done with the content as well. Like we were discussing, most of the content on the web page is same. Then we will add a unique piece of keyword optimized content. In the content also same thing. Digital marketing training Hyderabad will be changed to Chennai. Digital marketing course Hyderabad will be changed to digital marketing course in Chennai. Digital marketing institute in Hyderabad will be changed to digital marketing course in institute in Chennai. That way, just the keywords will change. Most of the content remains same. But this can be done very strategically. Instead of keeping most of the content same, we do change the sentences itself. We shuffle the sentences. We use, we mix and match the sentences, and we try to form a unique piece of content. Chennai content will be different. Hyderabad content will be different. That's again your intelligence, how you shuffle this and how to build a template. We must have created 10 different, 50 different sentences for content for a page. We don't put all 50 sentences on one page. Using these 50 sentences, for me, 4 sentences are needed to develop a content for any page. Using this 50 sentences, permutations and combinations, I might form 5,000 pages, 5,000 pieces of content that can be used on 5,000 web pages. That's about template content. So this is another strategy or a hack to quickly have keyword optimized content for the web pages. Right? Heading tags, the same thing like meta tags. You can have the template tags on the web pages. Okay, so this is all about site level SEO. In case if we have missed out on anything, we'll cover it up that as well. Mostly this is all. Everything is being covered. On top of it, you practicing or you understanding more on it, laying your hands into it and practicing it is what going to get more clarity for you. Some project you should start working on it. Okay. Okay, you all got it right. Anybody has any questions? So from next class, we will start with technical SEO. Okay. So technical SEO, maybe 2 classes should suffice. If we are done with technical SEO, then we'll have to work on off-page SEO.
How many classes are for offline?
Off-page, maybe off-page also some 2 3 classes. Some 5 to 6 classes we'll be finishing it off the technical SEO and maybe today is Tuesday, right? By end of this week we can finish. Saturday also we can have a class if
Yes, sir.
you all want,
We want
and let's finish it off.
to.
Okay.